going on, guys? Stalefish here with Urban Bass Lures again. Just got a little package in the mail today. It's a disco ball motor, so I can hook up a little jig, and the disco ball motor will spin my baits as they're drying when I put the 2-ton epoxy coating on them. That way they're not just sitting still and the epoxy coating don't drip down to one side. I was hand turning these as I was drying them, so now I got a package here. We'll open it up. I'm going to have to make a jig for this, so I'll probably make another video on the jig and everything, and in the future you'll definitely see me using this thing on my baits. Everybody's liking my lures, so I'm going to start mass producing these as fast as I can. I got this little guy going right now. He's going to be a miniature one of these. This thing runs like a freaking champ in the water, and it knocks super loud when it's going, so I'm going to make this little guy the same thing. Then I got this guy going on. Going to be very similar to this one. I just re-weighted the bottom of this, and this thing's gonna be cool when I finally get to throw it. So anyway, long story short, I see all these guys' videos online, and they basically use a little disco ball motor, which you see exactly what this thing looks like. It's got a nice plug on it, which I was hoping for, and that's what I looked for when I bought it. The way I can plug it straight in. Looks like it's a little bigger motor. Some of the smaller ones aren't quite as good. So now what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to make a little jig right here, because I usually hang my baits in between these two things, and I slowly turn it every couple of minutes. But now I'm going to have a mount here. I'll actually probably put this back on the back side of the bench here, and this thing will spin. It's for a disco ball, a little cheesy disco ball or something, you know, and it spins around, spins the disco ball. This is what everybody uses, so I'm just copying other people's stuff off of YouTube, and that's why we make these videos, so we can all come together and get smarter and learn more stuff. Yeah, so I'm going to hook this thing up. I'm going to get some wood, make a little jig here, and I'll be able to set it up. I'll have this drop down there, go into my power. And yeah, I'm getting it going, man. Mirror ball motor. That's simple. It was like $8-9 online. Took a week to get here because it was from Florida, but I can wait. Anyway, Urban Bass Lures. Got off work. Enjoying a nice beer. You know, I don't think I got work tomorrow, so I'm gonna go out. I just put a new bill on this guy. Now what I did on this one, I had a smaller bill in there, and I usually put little pins. I'll drill holes through the wood and through this, and I'll put epoxy in there to make sure that lip don't come off. But I want to go throw this guy, make sure he works. That's real skunk fur on there, little punk skunk. I'm gonna go throw this, make sure it actually works, and if it does, I'll put a couple pins in there. If that bill's not big enough, that's one thing I learned with making my baits. If the bill is not as wide as the bait, it will not get the bait kicking. So you got to have that bill wide. Now, like with this guy right here, as you can see, that bill's way wider than the face. This thing is the best of all the baits that I've made. This thing runs so perfect in the water. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do with this thing. You can throw it upside down and it flips. Every time it flips right back on its face. So, or belly down. The same thing with this guy. I was having problems with this guy. I would throw it out and it would land upside down, so I weighted the bottom again, and now when I toss it out, it always flips to this side. And when you got the hooks on, of course it helps out. So Urban Bass Lures, gonna be making a lot more of these wooden lures. Everybody wants them, so I'm gonna make them. Doing this for you guys, making these videos for you so you could learn, so I can learn. I go back and watch my own stuff, see what I did wrong. It's just like my fishing videos. That's why I started making fishing videos, so I can go and see what I did wrong. Go watch what I was doing on my hook sets and stuff like that. And you got to do that. You got to The other thing I do is I put down all my fish catches on my calendar. When I catch fish, what time of the year it was, all that stuff, man. It all matters. The moon phase. Moon phases are more important than anything. So go watch all the videos online, man. Go just do like I did. You want to catch fish, you gotta spend a lot of time on the water, a lot of time not catching fish, and it gets frustrating. But you know what? When I'm not catching fish, I'm trying to make stuff, and I'm trying to improve my fish catching abilities. So upgrading your gear, getting new stuff, having the ability to make my own plastics now. Anything I want, I can make anything I want now. So now I'm a self-sufficient fisherman. I don't have to go to a fishing store to buy stuff. I can just make whatever I want, and I will catch fish on my fishing stuff because I have. So just have fun with it, man. Urban Bass Slayers, thanks for watching. And get some of this stuff going. Make this little jig for this guy and start producing more stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Urban Bass Slayers 2017.